We're Designing Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. I'm Debbie Marie.
And I'm David Jones. On Designing Spaces, we take a look at all aspects of your home and property, including lifestyle, so there's plenty to interest homeowners everywhere.
So stick around and see it all right here on Designing Spaces. Designing Spaces is always on the forefront of remodeling projects.
Now today we take a look at kitchen remodeling from concept to completion. Here's Kelly Lightbourne with the story.
The thought of a kitchen remodeling project can be overwhelming. Not only are there practical considerations, there are so many style options to choose from as well. You know you want it to look its best, but you also want it to perform all the duties of a fully functional kitchen. So where do you start? Well, Designing Spaces is here to help. Designing Spaces is here at Amoroso Cabinets in Brandon, Florida, with Connie Edwards, a certified kitchen and bath expert with 25 years of design experience. She's also the director of design at Waypoint Living Spaces. You know, Connie, it's so great to have you on this show.
Thanks for having me, Kelly.
You know, so now more than ever, homeowners are looking at, a remodeling project as an easy way to upgrade their current living standards. And of course, the kitchen is just natural for this kind of a project, but it can be a bit intimidating. So where do you start?
It is a complicated process, Kelly, but the first thing I tell people to do is go through magazines, tear out pages of things that you really like, the look that just kind of strikes you. And then this is the next place you need to go. It's a dealership.
Now that's a great idea because it seems to me that something could easily go wrong, especially when you're dealing with cost estimations. So do you think it's a good idea to bring in a designer from the very beginning?
I do. They're going to be your guide through the process.
Okay, and how do you even find a designer that kind of fits your style?
I think you ought to ask your friends and find out who did a good job for them, and then go talk to them and see if you make a connection.
Because that's the most important part, but then of course there's the budget. So how does a designer deal with a budget that's been set by the homeowner?
It is an expensive project, but if the homeowner is frank with the designer, they're going to work with you. They're going to tell you where you can save and where you can splurge to get the project you really want.
And they say design is in the details. So how important is it to pick something like, cabinet hardware?
It's very important. I think cabinetry hardware is like the jewelry on a dress. You could actually change the look of a cabinet style by putting different hardware on it. So give it some real thought.
And what do people typically overlook?
I think people miscalculate just how much space it takes to put in an island. You have to have at least 42 inches of walk space between the other cabinets and the island. And if the other side of the island is a blank wall, you need at least 36 inches there. It takes a lot of space to fit in an island, but a designer can help you with that too.
See, and people don't really think about stuff like that.
No, they just want an island.
Right. Now, here's the most important question. What is the hottest trends today?
Kind of a cleaner, simpler look, not as fussy. And in finishes, it's either a real dark cherry or maple, or it's a painted finish, white or off-white. It's kind of two different choices, but that's what's hot today.
Really, that's a good tip. So what's the hottest trend out there?
Oh my, just making a kitchen look personally wonderful for your home. Okay. Fits the space, fits your personality, has just a little uniqueness.
So, Connie, you're already beginning to put our mind at ease. But what could be better than to actually see a newly remodeled kitchen in a home? Coming up, we'll meet another designer and see how one home was reborn to fulfill the homeowner's wishes. That just ahead on Designing Spaces. Connie and I are here at a home in Brandon, Florida, just a few miles from Amoroso Cabinets, where a kitchen has just been remodeled. And joining us is Doug Amoroso, and we're about to see the final results of working with a designer and a company who's able to supply the right cabinetry and detailing to fit the style and budget. And Doug, obviously this is absolutely beautiful. So what did it take to actually capture the homeowner's vision?
Well, this was an extraordinary example of a homeowner really taking charge of this project. They did a lot of the work themselves, so it made my job very easy. And then one of the important considerations that we had to work around was that we wanted to keep the appliances where they originally were. This is kind of important, especially if you're trying to contain project costs. Another opportunity that we had was the homeowner wanted to remove one of the soffits from one side of the kitchen. This allowed us to use taller cabinetry, staggered height designs, and the third thing was we wanted to improve the lighting in the kitchen.
So it sounds like there's a lot more to lighting than just throwing up a few fluorescent lights overhead.
Oh, much more today. We want to be energy efficient, that's for sure. But there are actually 3 layers of lighting that you want to have considered. One is overall general illumination, and part of that can be daylight. Here we have recessed can lights in the ceiling. You also want task lighting, and in this case, we have under cabinet lights hidden kind of behind some beautiful molding on the cabinetry, and that lighting kind of just bathes the countertop in beautiful work lighting. And the last kind of lighting is accent lighting. And here at this beautiful home, we have some decorative lights hanging over the snack bar.
I would say it absolutely is beautiful. So what's a realistic time frame for a kitchen remodel?
Well, this was a really special project. The homeowners were fantastic. Our guys only took a day or two to install all the cabinetry.
In some parts of the country, it may take up to 3 weeks or a little bit longer. Cabinets from Waypoint Living Spaces takes about 4 weeks from the time the order is placed. But remember, there's a lot of work that happens before you get to the point of placing the order.
I'm saying it's definitely worth the wait because they are absolutely beautiful. So let me ask you, Doug, as the designer, what are the highlights in this kitchen?
Well, Kelly, one of the most important things was, of course, by removing those soffits, we were able to use taller cabinets. We also had a multi-piece crown molding assembly, which looks absolutely gorgeous. And it's a great way to disguise an irregular ceiling. Another thing which is an absolute must-have is roll-out trays. Makes accessing the under cabinet space even easier.
And it's definitely worth the wait. Now, you guys have given us a lot of information about kitchen remodeling, but I think it's time to actually see what the homeowners think.
We love our new kitchen remodel. It's everything that we had hoped for. It's all the planning that's been put into finalization.
The process was very easy for us. The designers helped, and they were just very meticulous about every detail. And one of my favorite parts is the rollouts. It's very easy to get to the dishes and hard to reach items on the lower shelves. And the crown molding is one of my favorite pieces.
Best part of our new kitchen is it's finished.
I love it.
So it definitely looks like the homeowners are happy. And Designing Spaces would like to thank the both of you for your insight. And Connie, is there a website our viewers can check out?
Yes, there is. They could go to waypointliving.spaces.com, and there they'll find an array of beautiful room scenes and accessories. And while they're there, they can check out my blog. It's called Connie's Corner, and there's tips and design trends and beautiful projects, and I post once a week.
Well, it sounds like it's a great place to start. Thanks again. You can also go to designingspaces.tv to find that link, or click on our video to watch this part of the show again. For Designing Spaces in Brandon, Florida, I'm Kelly Lightbourne.
Debbie, ever hear of an automated home?
No, but that sounds interesting.
Yes, it does. In fact, here's Art Edmonds with the story.
The world we grew up in is not the world we live in now. The information age and digital technology have touched every aspect of our lives. Homeowners now have this technology available to create an automated home where comfort and security can be controlled with the touch of a button. To get a better understanding of this life enhancement technology, we here at Designing Spaces are visiting a home that not too long ago would have been considered a house of the future. But this is now, and homes like this are more safe, more secure, and more comfortable than ever. Here on Designing Spaces, we love to do makeovers, but how about a home makeover that gives your house a central nervous system? But this house has had exactly that done to it. Nothing out of the ordinary, looks totally normal, right? But just wait and see. And to show us, Designing Spaces met up with Kirk McDowell, an expert on residential security systems. So Kirk, tell me a little bit about the concept of the system and how it functions within the house.
Well, the heart of the system is really the central unit, which is in the center of the home. All the doors and windows of this home are tied into that. So when the door or the window opens, the homeowner knows if someone's come or left.
And when you look at the specifics, it becomes clear. This system is impressive when it comes to protecting windows and doors.
We manufacture wireless security devices, and they can take the place of a wired device. So if the window changes, a wire is cut, you simply put one of these sensors up, and it sends a message back to the control panel.
Now, what about the exterior of the property? Are there any measures in place for security that way?
Yes, this homeowner has opted to put in cameras, both front door and back door. These cameras can see in total darkness.
How about if somebody in the unlikely event breaches the exterior security and gets inside the house? What measures are in place to protect the home then?
We manufacture a passive infrared beam that works on a principle of body heat and movement. And when that beam sees somebody moving, it goes into alarm. I will also tell you that the greatest thing about these is that they can be set for pets, whether or not you have a 20-pound pet or an 80-pound pet. So we can adjust those.
Okay, we've got the bad guys covered, but there's other dangers. What are life safety alarms and how do they work?
2,600 people were killed last year in structure fires. And the majority of those fires, the smoke detector was not operating. Usually a battery was dead at that point. Mm-hmm. Our smoke detectors do two things. Number one is that in case of a fire, they emit a loud siren to get you out of the home, but they also send a message to the central monitoring station so the fire department can respond. But if the battery starts running low, the central station will call you 7 to 14 days before that battery dies and lets you know that the battery is about ready to go.
So how important is CO monitoring, carbon monoxide monitoring, and are they required by the government?
Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, 30 states now require CO detection in the home. Very, very important. We call CO detection, or CO gas, the silent killer. Now, with a CO detection, you should have 2 or 3 in the home, and the best place to have it would be in the bedroom at what we call pillow height, on the wall, mounted on the wall, so you can hear it if it goes off.
Another aspect of security is the ability to know who's in the house, coming and going, being able to check on pets, seniors, and children.
Well, we call this our two-way talking touchscreen, and it enables me to install multiple codes for users in the home.
So let's say you have a dog sitter coming in to walk your dog. You know exactly how many times they entered your home, and it matches with what they said. It's a great way to keep track of people.
It is. And then if I ever change dog sitters, I can simply remove that sitter's code and put in a new code.
So run us through the paces of this. Activate it, deactivate it. Show us around.
Sure. Well, I go to bed at night, arm the system. In the morning, I get up. I walk downstairs, and I want to look at the 4-day forecast. So I simply press a button here on the touch screen.
Wow, look at that.
And a 4-day forecast comes up, telling me what the weather's going to be like here. Now, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and arm the system and leave the home. All I have to do is to press the button here, arm the whole system, walk out the door, and the doors are immediately going to lock for me.
Well, Kirk, we've talked about the security aspect of the system and the life safety aspect of the system. Now, we're here in this office in front of a computer. Tell me about all the things that we can do. Adjusting temperatures, turning on lights, turning off lights. What else?
Well, at 3 o'clock in the morning, Art, I want my system to act as a security system. But at 3 in the afternoon, I want it to act more as an information system. So here on my desk computer, you can see we're looking at my home right now. I have 3 cameras set up throughout the home, 2 outside, 1 inside, but there's a privacy button, so my wife can simply press that privacy button on the inside camera. I can also change the temperature at the home. I can do that from the computer, or I can simply do it from my tablet. The temperature right now at my home is 74 degrees. It's a little warm, so I like to put it and change it down to 71 degrees. So I simply press the down to 71, press the done button, and now all of a sudden by the time I get home, my temperature's down to 71 degrees.
That is great. And everything you can see either on your computer or your tablet, you can see it on your smartphone as well.
That's correct. So everything I can do here, I can do on the tablet, or I can do on the phone, and actually look in to see what's happening in my home
and
right
there's
now.
The camera again. You can see it right on your smartphone. That is amazing. Now, a system as sophisticated as this must cost an arm and a leg to install and maintain, no?
Well, I have to tell you, in terms of an ongoing fee for monitoring and being able to have access to look in online, it's really no more than your average phone bill.
Now, how do we get a hold of you?
Well, we have hundreds of authorized Interlogix dealers across the United States that are trained and authorized to install GE-branded security products. And you'd find them by simply going to our website, which is interlogix.com.
Kirk, it's been great having you on the show today, and thank you for showing us so much about stuff that we didn't even know was out there. It's just amazing.
Pleasure, Art.
Well, you can learn more by visiting our website, designingspaces.tv, and we'll have links to all the information that we talked about today. You can look at this show or any other past Designing Spaces shows online. Thanks again. I'm Art Edmonds from Lakewood Ranch, Florida. We'll see you later.
Next up on Designing Spaces, we were able to visit one home that has a very special purpose. It's been converted into a shelter for homeless veterans.
Here's Kelly Lightbourne with the story.
This home has been converted to a shelter for homeless veterans, veterans who have received Purple Hearts and Bronze Stars. Designing Spaces decided to pay a visit because not only is this restored house the residence for these veterans, it also incorporates features that contribute to a safer, more efficient home. Connie Blanley is the CEO of Liberty Manor for Veterans.
I served on the board of directors for the Hillsborough County Homeless Coalition when I learned that 27% of our population in America are in fact veterans. And when I heard about the statistic, I decided to do something about that personally. That's when it just all came together. We pooled our resources together, and I had just enough actually to purchase a home here in Tampa, Florida. It's an old home. It's 1954. I chose it because I thought that it sustained all of the hurricanes here in Florida. Our electric bills were around $1,000 and up.
Luckily for Connie and the veterans here at Liberty Manor, there is a way to help reduce their utility bills and at the same time give their roof better wind resistance. And it's all in the attic. And to help us better understand is Michael Sievers from BASF, here to show us the closed-cell polyurethane spray foam that has been recently installed here at Liberty Manor for Veterans. Thanks so much for joining us, because I got to tell you, this is an incredible project.
Yeah, first of all, we're actually very honored to be able to work with Connie and all the vets here at Liberty Manor. That it's an honor to be able to do a project with them and give back to the community. BASF is very happy to be able to do this.
Well, I got to tell you, a lot of homeowners already know about closed-cell polyurethane spray foam, but they really don't understand its benefits.
The spray polyurethane foam, it's a wonderful product where it's going to provide you some comfort and security for your home. You're going to get a good insulating product in there to help you save energy in your home, which everybody wants to improve their monthly budgets. You're going to be able to have a roof or an attic that's tied down, so during a bad storm, your roof is less likely to blow off because it's going to be about 3 times stronger than a normal roof. And then the third point is the water will not get through this product.
Okay.
That will make it so if water ever did get into your attic space, it's not going to come down into the living quarters or cause you drywall damage. And we prepared a demonstration for you so you can see this or witness it.
I'll say that's a huge benefit for homeowners, but by looking at this, it does not look like a do-it-yourself project.
It's not. You want to get a certified installer to be able to put this in there in your home to make sure, one, it's done right and make sure it's done safely. So the best way is contact the manufacturer like BASF and find out who can do it in your area and install it. Comfort foam insulation is not only going to provide you comfort, security, peace of mind for your home, it's going to be long-lasting and be with that home forever.
This is Leslie Chapman Henderson, the CEO of the Federal Alliance for Safe Homes. Their mission is for safe, sustainable, and durable homes capable of withstanding even the most severe events like hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, and forest fires. Leslie, we're right here in Hillsborough County, which is, of course, on the west coast of Florida. So during a hurricane, what's the most vulnerable part of a home to damage?
Well, 2 things to think about. Your windows and doors, your openings, and then your roof.
Okay.
And the roof is the most important. Often the roof is your first and your last line of defense in a high wind event, like a hurricane, a tornado, or even a routine thunderstorm.
So speaking of roofs, why aren't roofs that were built to previous codes strong enough to withstand a major hurricane?
Well, every time we have a hurricane, we learn things, and we incorporate those learnings into the new codes, making it very important to go back and address older homes like this one with retrofitting with things like closed-cell spray foam.
So there's a website they can reach you at, right?
That's right. Flash.org is where any consumer can come to learn more, and for free.
Thanks again, Leslie.
Thank you.
So, Michael, it looks like you've successfully completed your mission here at Liberty Manor for veterans, making it safer and more energy efficient. So, how do our viewers find out more information about closed-cell polyurethane in their area of the country?
Kelly, very simple. All they have to do is go to the web and go to spf.basf.com, where we can put them in touch with a quality installer in their area to give them an estimate.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
These veterans have changed my life in many ways.
What BASF did is couldn't have asked for a more friendly or heavenly thing to happen to us.
This place is full of blessings. The Lord has brought me so much. It's indescribable.
Oh, goodness. I couldn't thank this organization enough for helping out. Not just Liberty Manor. It's not about Liberty Manor. It's not about Connie Blaney. It's about honorably discharged veterans. It's about helping the very people that we owe our freedom to.
All right, I don't know about you, David, but my house could use everything we saw in today's show.
All right, well, let's see. We got the kitchen remodel. We got state-of-the-art insulation. We have amazing home automation. Yeah, definitely.
Well, being we covered everything, I think it's a good time to say goodbye.
You're right. We are out of time, but guess what? We have more great subjects for next time, so be sure to be right here. I'm David Jones.
And I'm Debbie Marie. We'll see you later. Bye. For more information about anything you've seen on today's show or to find out how to be part of the show, log on to designingspaces.tv. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/dspacestv or friend us on Facebook. Type in the words Designing Spaces. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.